Just to show you noobs something real quick. Not you customers. Customers are fantastic, but for you naysayers, this technology just fired up at around 1:50, not at 2 o'clock. We usually fire these screens up when we do these outside tests. They usually fire up around 6 o'clock. This was able to do it at 2 already, not even 2 o'clock yet, and it's fired up. And the projector is pushing the glass. And this is that super black technology. So already, the first outside test for this technology is at around, let me see what's going on here. There's my time right there. Then again, our technology always works with the lights on. Look at that. Right next to a window. That's quite impressive. You guys are struggling with the dark. And this thing is already not even at 6 o'clock yet. This is what we usually recommend for screens when we take them outside. It's 6 o'clock, 6 and up. And the screen's already activating. We might be able to fire this thing up around maybe 4. 4 o'clock it might activate even better. It might be the other one. Okay. What we got to do here, and keep in mind, you guys won't be included in this test. We bring another camera out here, and that camera will sit out here for hours, and it will record, so we can see exactly when the screen is going to fully trigger and activate. Right now, we already got an image popping up on the screen already. Now, the good thing about this is that how I tell you how we test our technology to make sure that it can do what it can do. That screen's going to sit out there in the snow, rain, sleet, and we're going to projector after projector to projector just to see exactly how that screen fires up. Whether it be raining out there, snow, whatever, that screen's going to have to go through all that. That's why it's set up out there. Till then, I'm going downstairs and getting my blue technology and bringing it upstairs because I have demonstrations of doing that today. Or maybe the black sleep. Stay on this sleep. Oh, no, remember, that's a black screen now. One more test on it. Not sure it's not to be able to do what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Put 1,000 limit on that one for the day. We're on those tests. Yeah, blue technology, 17s. We're used to what naysayers are still trying to catch up to gray paint. We're already in blue. Let me show you what this monster does. These are 17s. These are ones that will be coming out this year. Curious. If someone were to try to make a 17, where would they start? Well, that's going to be really hard. You know, 17s don't have paint in them. Yeah. That's going to mess with your head all day. How do you make a product without paint? We'll figure it out. So let's see how the 17s. Now, mind you, not to be rude or anything, but there are those of you that are discouraged about our 12s. Keep in mind, these are the 2021s. So if you're basically the 12s, well, these right here are actually far more advanced than the 12s, and you're about to see that in a few minutes. And then we still have the 21. Yeah, that's sun killer technology. People see that demonstration, they're kind of baffled. Like, how in the world do you get a screen to produce an image outside in the sun? How is that possible? We even have 2 special screens that are coming out along with the 17s, and we already have them made. They were made last night, both of them side by side. It took an hour to actually produce both screens. But I'll let you try to, naysayers try to figure that one out, exactly what we have now. Besides all the other crazy paints we're doing, that's going to keep you guessing too. I told you, you only see what we allow you to see. % code. And at the link at the bottom, for those of you that are trying to figure out how does the blue screen work, well, we also have it in purple. That's just to mess with you, to show you that we can make a screen purple if we want. I'll show you that one too. I'll put that at the bottom of the link. You're going to get a kick out of that one. Let's bring this up a little higher. Focus a little bit and move to the side. And over this way. Let's expand it just a little bit. There we go. That's what I love about having lens shifting, man. I can't live without lens shifting. I don't know how people do it. I can't live without lens shifting. I gotta figure out adjusting my projector or where it needs to go or none of that crap. Oh man, I hate that. Make sure we fill the whole screen out. I don't want to exclude any of my tech. There we go. Now let's see. We're gonna run this to HDMI. Okay, make sure we got our hookups here. And let's do the PS4. Pretty sure I'm about to go in and reset this with the PS4. I actually disconnected it wrong. I pulled it out, which I shouldn't have did. And keep in mind, behind 17s, we got the black slate. We have the Limitless Black. We actually have a gold screen coming out too. Yep. Gold's coming out. Those will be next. And I'm still curious to see exactly who tried to basically mimic it, because like I said, there are 3 areas in this screen that basically identify the screen for what it is. So it's the way it has to be applied, and there's some other weird stuff that the screen does too, that we can tell. But like I said, if you start the basics of working with paint, then you already failed from the door. And if you can't figure out how it's done, then you're going to have to start cracking open some books, because chances are that's what you're going to have to do. And if you're thinking of the lines of, oh, I can mix this paint together, that paint, yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Let's go over here and grab something. That's funny. I'm sorry to laugh. This is not to my customer. My customers don't care. They just want a beautiful screen. But I get those people out there that try to figure out what it is. Oh, it's got to be this, that, and the other. Oh, knock yourself out. I just laugh at you guys all day. It's like watching the Three Stooges trying to build a house. And then when you think you pretty much got it all figured out, but you're nowhere near close to, we have new technology that comes out. We have stuff already, like I said, you haven't even seen yet. So let's see. Oh, check it out. Screen's still on. My screen's still on, sitting there. That'll run all day. That screen stays on from 8 o'clock in the morning, or actually I get up around 4. So around 4 o'clock. You see that screen at that black screen? Pull the image outside at 154. It's not even at, it's not at full capacity yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's pull up, let's see. Let's have some fun with this one. Let's pull up some OLED. We can do OLED 2 demonstrations and do those on that on a blue screen. Let's see if we can pull it up on a blue screen. Oh, let's see what this looks like on a blue screen. And the blue technology can even work on knockoff projectors. It's compatible with all projectors. Isn't that interesting? Let's try something else. Let's see what else we got here for blue. I really want to play with the black screen. I love the black technology. That is freaking amazing. I like playing with that stuff better. We can go back and forth. Let me see. Blacks and butterflies. Let's do something with some really good colors. Let's get in there. Let's do Then we got the, I forgot about the ultra bright. We got a technology on the ultra bright. I forgot. That's that super bright silver. Oh, we do have a silver screen. Forgot about that. We do have a silver screen. It's called ultra bright. I forgot about that. So we got the ultra bright. We got the limitless black. We got the blue technology. We got the black slate. And then we got a gold screen coming out. See how interesting that the surface is blue, but yet it's producing color? That was the whole purpose of blue. It wasn't the fact to make a blue projection screen. It was to show you that we have color coding technology because we can make a blue surface produce color. And if you think it's easy, well, go paint your projection screen blue and see what happens. See if you come up with white colors and see what happens. Because it's not going to come up the way you think it is. Everything is going to be tinted in blue. Oh, the 17s? We're going to be doing a lot of demonstrations on 17s. But keep in mind, like I said, if you come in and watch, that's you. Mostly, this is for companies to come in and see the technology perform. Let's go get something where we have, let me see. I'm dying to see somebody paint their screen blue. That is going to be freaking hilarious. Let me see. For a blue screen, it can also pull contrast. And this screen is using our advanced ambient light rejection technology, which new technology, if you understand ADV stands for advanced. So it's advanced ambient light rejection, or actually ambient light technology times 17. Why should we not put the times as 17? We're changing the whole thing. Oh yeah, trust me. What you're seeing right here is nothing. It's 17, like I said, it's still evolving. So we can take stuff from 17, we can convert it into this, turn to that. Like I said, we got that black screen. If you ever saw that pre-recorded video of that black screen, pulling light levels that high, and that screen is darker than the original Limitless that we developed. You've seen the black slates are beautiful. I think the ultra brights are silver. Them screens are silver. I think they are. It's like a dark silver. Yeah, they are the dark silver. Oh, they are ultra brights. This is also front and rear technology, which means if you coat this on plexiglass, glass, fiberglass, anything that's transparent, it becomes rear projection. There's a process that you have to go through if you want to do it for front projection. It's a spray-on application only. And yes, the surface, if you're doing it for front projection, has to be primed. So we're going to put in the instructions in the box on exactly what you have to do in order to actually install the screen. If this is not to your liking, and like this is a more professional level screen, then we always have the 12. The 12s are just one hit. Roll them on, you're done. What else we got going around in here? Ooh, look at that. On a blue screen, look at the contrast levels that pulls up on that. That's beautiful. See, in my head, I'm trying to figure out what screen's going to have in the house now. The gold already, I'm not even going to show that off yet. Gold, I'm not going to show off until the end of the month. It's already done. It's downstairs in a container, ready to be done, ready to display, but I'm not going to show it off until the end because I got something I actually want to do with the gold, something different. Let me see. Let's pull up. So since it's a blue screen, you know, a blue screen, pretty much anything white coming off of it would come off with like kind of a tinted blue, or anything personally would just come off blue altogether. But I'm curious how many people are going to try to do this. Like, why is the screen not coming up in different colors? Like, what's going on there? Simple. You don't have code. Okay, our green comes up green. So at the bottom of the link, for those of you who don't believe about color coding technology, I'm going to put a link there. I want you to watch that. That is a purple projection screen that we display with color coding technology in it. So those who have the Valvo projectors, ooh, good God, look at that. I'm telling you, man, blue is freaking gorgeous. You just don't know. You can't see what I see from here. Good God, look at that. That is freaking beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you want when it comes to a projection screen. It's supposed to look like eye candy, realistic, beautiful. That's what it's supposed to look like. Look how that green just pops off the surface. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. When you're talking about developing technology, really good technology, it's supposed to pop off, not look dull and dense. Projector a little bit higher up. I'm gonna expand that screen because I want to get all this in here. I love this, man. I love what I do for a living. Eventually. Man, take a picture of that. I got to put a picture of this and put this onto the website. That is gorgeous, man. That's beautiful. That's not even 4K. We're at 1080p. That's blue technology. Wow. Color coded. And that's why I said some people, when we come out the screen blue, it just went over there like, whoo. They're like, oh, so it means if I paint the screen blue, I wouldn't do that if I were you. If I paint the screen blue, then I can do the exact same thing. Well, you can go ahead, see what happens. I mean, the outcome is going to be nasty. You're going to ruin your freaking projection screen, but you're going to do number one. And then you're going to have to probably prime it when you get done with it again to get rid of the blue that you have on it. You see how bright that ambient light projection technology is? Oh, and you know why I dance in my videos? Because the results, see, the thing about it is you're seeing live. I see this in real life every day. I dance because it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You have no idea how gorgeous this screen is. Oh, you will eventually when if you purchase it, but you have no idea how beautiful this screen is. Now mind you, the projector which is behind me cost me $230. That's it. So can you imagine going to one of my showrooms, which I'm going to be setting up by the end of the year, seeing that on a 200-inch screen and being displayed on a $200 or $300 projector in 720p. The shock factor. Customers don't have to spend a lot of money for a screen. They can use it outside if they want. I'm going to have the same technology inside. Then we're going to transfer it outside and have demonstrations done outside with the technology outside. So they get a chance to see the screen inside and outside. Use low entry level, cheap projectors that anybody can afford. Listen, the big picture. The big picture is now, since we have color coding technology and we can alter and change whatever we want. And then we got that insane screen killing technology that can take on direct hit from the sun, our own form of ambient light projection gain. Not that 1.1 or 2.0, none of that nonsense, no. We can develop and engineer what we want. And then the beautiful thing about it is, because it's a coating, I can basically spray it on any surface I want. So that means, as I said before, if I want and I need resources to be able to coat my screen, say if I want to do all wallpaper projection screens, which I would love to do. The fixed frame screens I like, but to me, it's too bulky, too big. It's a pain in the neck to carry these things up and down the stairs. And then to put them together, you know, I mean, some are easier, some are faster. You still got to put it together. I want something that the customer can take out of the box and stick it to their wall and they're done. That's it. That's the beautiful thing about wallpaper. But the problem with the wallpaper screens is they only make them a certain size. So now I have to basically deal with the companies, because every company I call and say, hey, look, is there any way I can get this in a 120-inch screen? Trust me, I want one myself. But they'll tell me they only make them by 4x8, 4x8, 4x8. So what I was thinking was, hey, it's plastic. As long as it's plastic, it doesn't have to be fiberglass, but it does have to be flexible. All right, so when you put it this way, you make a product, you got to think about some things too. You got to think about the shipping costs. Shipping costs is going to make or break a product. Now, if I were to ship a screen like this at 100 inches over to California, this would probably cost me probably about 100, maybe 150 bucks, right? But if I were to get a wallpaper screen and I were to roll it up and put it into a tube, now you're talking about $40 to $30. The only way it would pretty much cost me a little bit more if I were to ship 150 inches. Now you're going by height. Now it has to be shipped by freight, but still would be much cheaper than shipping a 150-inch aluminum screen. So now the shipping cost is extremely cheap. Now what about the material? Because you have to make sure you have enough material to be able to fit the demand. So since we do develop a formula that we can coat on anything we want, as I said before, the idea of making screens out of recyclable water bottles, it's fantastic, because I can take it to any company. I can take it down and say, hey, I need you to melt this down, blah, 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 blah. We can have a machine press it and turn it into sheets, any size we want. We can make a 158-inch screen at 235.1 and make a wallpaper thin, about that freaking thin. And when you get done with it, you don't want to use it anymore. You just roll it up and you stick it in your closet. Imagine being able to change out your screens anytime you want to. You want to do 150-inch, roll it, put it in the closet, grab another one out, put that over there, put it back up. See what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about, the next level. That's what I'm talking about. Changing the whole entire field. It's doing things differently. Because there's other companies, they have to pay for this very expensive material and it's very costly. Where we, on the other hand, whatever we coat becomes a screen. I can even basically make it so other people can profit off our company. How? We pay them a little bit more money for their plastic containers. So while they get ripped off by taking it to a recycling plant that'll pretty much probably rip them off, we can give them a fair deal for it. So we can have containers coming that way. We can actually get them from large corporations, whatever. At the end of the day, we're basically taking all those water bottles, plastic containers, melting them down and turn them to basically recyclable, paper-thin wallpaper projection screens coated with our technology. The big picture. See, that's what I tell the naysayers. It's more than just me developing paint within here. It's a much bigger picture. A much, much bigger picture. glimpse of what the next level is going to look like, you'd be shocked. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And already, we have technology, even our older technology is more advanced than what's out here on the market. They can't come down to our price because it would kill them. You can't take a screen that costs $5,000 and charge $200 for it. You know how much that would do to their price point? So it'll destroy their capital altogether because they're used to making a certain amount of money to support their capital. We, on the other hand, we could bring a screen down to $200 with no problem. They wouldn't even damage us. So we can charge less for our screens, make them 10 times more advanced, automatically from the door, ultra short, compatible, fully weatherproof, very lightweight, easy for the customer to be able to assemble. Just take it out, stick it to your wall, you're done. And now you know why I have companies that are requesting to get their hands on this stuff. The beautiful thing about it is, because I know sometimes I do get a bit arrogant, I do, but because I put my trust in God, it takes me 1 hour to be able to manufacture that technology. It took 1 hour to make this stuff. Woke up in the middle of the night, God gave me the idea, went downstairs and made it, did the demonstration that night, I think late in the middle of the night. No, it's the ultra bright we did first. Ultra bright, the idea came to me, the Lord gave me the idea. In the middle of the night around 12 o'clock, I'm coating this screen live on camera, said I gotta show you this is crazy. Boom, image blows up. I'll show you that, the first demonstration with the ultra bright. Then after that, the rest of the ideas came in. Every last one of the screens we developed took 1 hour. So it took 1 hour to develop the technology. Technology was only 1 and 2% and beat 11 screen certification, which means it beat 11 of the top screens. So if it takes them 5, 6, 7 years, maybe it goes to 2 or 3 years to develop the technology, but it takes us 1 hour. So how could they catch up to us? In the meanwhile, the consumer wins. Because the consumer has to go and say, good God, it's a $5,000 projection screen. I gotta have this kind of projector, I gotta use it in this kind of lighting. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, I gotta get out of here, people. I got much to do. I am building something big. Actually, I gotta get ready for next year, because next year I'm putting in the 500-inch screen. I might think about that. 500-inch, that's a pretty big screen. But I gotta figure out, either I'm gonna do it out of mesh. Definitely gonna be designed out of mesh. It has to be. Do you have any idea what a 500 screen looks like when a windstorm comes through it? Turns into a giant sail. I have to make it out of micro mesh because I need the wind to travel through it. So I want it to be acoustic. That's definitely yes, because I want speakers behind the back of it. And I definitely have to have wind can travel through it. So, and then I have to be able to, I have some other ideas, some crazy ideas I got bouncing around in my head. But it'll be cool. Check them when I get done with it. Then I'll give you guys the blueprints to show you how to build it. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I have to go out of here real quick. I got much to do, and God bless.